Today we are going to introduce a new format that we are going to try out. We're going to talk about Sun Princess. I've got lots to tell you about that. We're going to go over insurance again because some new things have come up that I think we all need to think about. We're going to talk about weather is due to impact some cruisers this weekend, as well as when is a good time to think about booking a cruise based on whether or not you want to take children with you, and also if you don't want as many children to be on that sailing. A lot to think about, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday, it's January 17th of 2024, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please go ahead and hit that subscribe button? I'm a firm believer that it takes all of us together sharing our experiences and knowledge to be able to make sure that all of us have a wonderful travel experience, and we have a lot of fun around here as well. Also, if you appreciate our updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Believe it or not, that really helps us, so thank you. Now, if you've been with us for a while, you'll know we have a new background here. We decided we wanted to try out a few different things, so let me know what you think about it. This is actually a photo that I took when we were on the island of Delos, or Delos. I've heard tour guides there pronounce it both ways. Delos is an island off the coast of Mykonos, and there is so much history, so much archaeology, everything going on there to discover, but it is also a magnificent place to visit if you want to be in a beautiful place in the Mediterranean. So just wanted to share that with you. Another thing really quickly, we're going to try something new around here. Yesterday my video was a little bit shorter than usual, just because it was, and then I popped up another one because the Sun Princess dining became available to book in the Princess app yesterday afternoon. So I wanted to let you all know about that. And so several people commented that they liked the shorter format. And so I thought what we're going to try to do here is I'm going to do one video each day that really is mainly the headlines and what I think you really need to know. Then I'm going to do another video on days that I've got more to say about it to really give you a little bit more background on it, to have the discussion about it so that we can talk about it in the comments and so that you have a point of reference to think about things. That's one of the values, one of the things I love about listening to other people on YouTube is they bring new perspectives, they infuse their comments with their experience, and maybe what they are aware that other people have experienced. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to try that out for a while. So in a perfect world, it would be fun if you listen to both, but otherwise just pick which one if you would rather have kind of the rest of the story like Paul Harvey used to do, or if you just want a really much shorter synopsis of what's going on. Alrighty, so let's start at the very top with the Sun Princess. Really quickly, there are two things that I think you should know about the Sun Princess. In a nutshell, I believe the Sun Princess is going to be ready to sail on February 8th like we are scheduled to do. The very first inaugural, they've got 3 inaugurals. The very first is scheduled for February 8th, and I honestly believe that we would have heard by now if that ship was not going to be ready in time to do that sailing. So if you're someone that's following along or you are someone that is scheduled, plan to go. We are really excited to go, but I don't think we need to be worrying about that ship not being done on time. The second thing that I wanted to let you know is if you missed my video from yesterday, go back and watch it. It's not very long at all, but Princess did release dining to be booked in their app for the Sun Princess. What I would really like to hear from you about in the comments is, first of all, are you booked on the Sun Princess, but what sailing you're going to go on? That would be really fun. And then also, are you able to book dining? Now, when I went to do our dining, there are only 5 restaurants available out of all the restaurants it shows there on the Sun Princess that are available to book, as well as 2 levels of the Horizon Court Buffet, and it's not Horizon Court Buffet. Why they took the name of the Horizon Court Buffet and put Horizon as the name of their main dining room is beyond me. I would have chosen something beautiful for the main dining room, but that's just me. So tell me what you think. What do you think? Like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what I think. So anyway, Let me know if you're able to book your dining. That'll give us all a really good point of reference. And then it'll help us also know if we've got a glitch in our app or if it's just not available for our sailing yet. Alrighty. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about here is when are you going to book your cruise? Over in our Facebook group a while ago, someone mentioned that they were trying to get booked with their family on a cruise with a grandchild. Come to find out, the ship had already met the limit for how many children can be booked on a sailing. Now, if you didn't know this, all of the cruise lines do that. There is a limit to how many children can be on a cruise. Makes perfect sense because they've got their kids clubs for all the different age groups, and just think about everything that you need to have accommodations for and everything running smoothly to have a certain number of children on board. Once you get too many, then I feel like they think they can't offer quite the experience that the families with children would enjoy as well as the children themselves. So when you are going to book a family vacation and you know when you want to go, I would say book as early as you know, so that you, especially if you're taking children, so that you can get in on the sailing that you want to. And I know sometimes opportunities come up with families last minute and you want to try to go. But if you know in advance, definitely book in advance. Another thing that, of course, comes about with this discussion is the people mentioning this were wanting to go in August. If you are someone that doesn't particularly want to cruise when children are cruising, and that doesn't mean people don't like children. I love children. I have children. I have grandchildren. I love to be with them. I don't know that I always want to be on a cruise ship with them. Well, I would really like to do that sometime, but do you know what I mean? Sometimes you just want a different experience. So make sure that you keep an eye on your calendar when you're booking your cruise, because that can really impact your experience. And so watch out for the days that really, I would say from the beginning of March through at least the first week of April. That is a really big time that spring breaks are going on. We know that often in the summertime schools are out, so just keep that in mind. Now, we talk about insurance coming and going here an awful lot. One thing I want you to think about, and we need to talk about, is what happens if something happens to you. You end up being sick on board the ship, you have to be airlifted, medically evacuated, or taken on a tender over to the port there that you are closest to receive medical care. And we recently heard of a story in Mexico where someone needed a life-saving surgery that was very urgent, and the doctor said, well, we need to have $30,000 first. I don't remember if it was exactly $30,000, but it was a lot, and they wanted that in cash. They didn't want somebody's credit card for it. They wanted it in cash. So how is it that we manage these kind of situations if we are put in that? So first of all, we always think about having insurance, but how many insurance companies can you call on the phone and you can say, I have an insurance policy with you, I'm in the hospital here in Mexico, and they want $30,000 cash before they will do the surgery, and then the hospital sends the money down. I have looked and looked, and I have not found an insurance carrier that does that. That doesn't mean that they don't exist, but if any of you are aware of that, let me know. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, let me know how you would manage that. I know that for some people that's not a problem, but I also know that there's a lot of people that would be a hard thing for them to get $30,000 all between them and their family members to be able to send down to provide cash to have surgery done for a family member. So if we could all have that discussion in the comments, I would really appreciate it, because I don't want people to be worried about traveling, but I think it's really important to realize how this happens. Now, I do know, not from my personal experience, but from talking to someone else, that sometimes insurance companies are pretty quick to process a claim. So as soon as like the surgery would be done and you've got the receipts from that and then you submit that as a claim, they will start working on it. But it is never the guarantee, first of all, that they would send the money first and that then you would have your money back within a week. All right, so let's talk about that in the comments. If any of you know someone that will, an insurance company that will do that, let us know. Finally, we've got weather. In the ports of Galveston and New Orleans this weekend, they are expecting some snowy or icy conditions. So the really important thing about that to remember is definitely take your coat. If you're going out of Galveston or New Orleans, if you're like me, I think, oh, it's not going to be too cold. It's going to be colder than you expect. And also plan a lot of extra travel time in, because if you've got snow, or ice, it can really slow down traffic, and it can really it can delay flights. It can really impact your ability to get to the cruise port in time or get home at the end of the cruise. So just be aware of this heading in so that you can plan extra time. So thank you so very much for joining me here today. If you are on a cruise ship or traveling right now, let us know how everything is going. We would love to know. Put it in the comments or send me an email. I'll see you all again here tomorrow. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.